Everybody, my name is Joel Adams. I am a Youth Program Associate for the University of Missouri Extension 4-H. Today we'll be going over the Airplane Showdown activity. In this activity we have two different airplanes. We have the dart airplane as well as the straw plane. The first thing we'll start off is the dart airplane. That's one that everyone's usually going to be familiar with. It just uses one piece of paper, and we've got these pre-cut halves, so we use that. Fairly simple. We just follow the instructions here in the booklet and we'll go from there. So first, crease paper in half. When we make a crease, we want to make sure it's super sharp and clean, so I like to use the side of my thumb to really make that nice and tight crease. This will make for us to have a really well put together airplane. I can see that nice strong line right there. So next I need to fold my corners down and we line it up with that crease we just made. So like that. We want to make sure we make that nice strong crease, both sides. Strong crease. Okay. As you can see, as we're doing this, we are making we're making one fold exactly the same as the other. That's called symmetry, which will allow our plane to fly straight, because if we make one fold different from the other side, then we'll be lopsided when we fly. And that'll affect our lift, which allows a plane to fly through the air. Now this is only one type of airplane though, and there's tons and tons of paper airplanes to be made. This one we're making because it's a simple airplane. It flies well and it is easy to make. If you look though, we will flip our plane over because we want these fin sides right here out. So we flip that over, we fold them in half, nice strong crease. We fold our wings down. We want to leave a little bit of extra here before we start our crease. And it doesn't really matter where you start your crease on this one side. What matters is that your other wing that you're folding down matches it. Go back over. And we're lining up our wings together so that we know that we're symmetrical. There we go, and that's your standard dart plane. You fold out the wings, and we can check to make sure we're right by looking at the picture. That looks about the same as the picture, and it flies just like it should. So, next is our straw plane. Our straw plane is a little unconventional. For one thing, we use straw, which you usually don't use for a paper airplane. But we're going to be working with circles rather than wings. Okay, so first off, we take our two strips of paper. As you can see, they're the same width, but they're different lengths. Our short piece is about half the size of our long piece. That is going to be important when we actually begin to assemble this, because it affects how our plane will fly. If I were to use two of these long pieces, we would have very different results than what we will see with a long piece and a short piece that's half the size. So I'm using this name tag as tape because it just works well. It's easy to tear for me. And I have a whole bunch of them on hand. We make one circle, and then we're going to make another circle. I'm only overlapping just a little bit with this, because if I don't overlap, then my circle is going to look funky. But when I overlap it like that, it turns out well. We have a nice, good circle. So, use our name tag tape, if you want to call it. Regular tape will work as well. And the only problem I've found with this name tag stuff is that it's a little bit heavy, which does affect the flight of our straw plane. Okay, so I've made my 2 circles. Next, we need to attach our circles to our straw. So, tear some more tape for myself. And I only really need about half of this to attach to the straw, so I'll save that other half for my other circle. Let's put it with our tape on the bottom part. We'll put that towards the straw. Run our straw perpendicular to our circle, like that. Okay. And then next, we want to take our straw and put our other circle in line with the big one on the other end. We'll use that other half of tape that I tore off. Put that on. Line it up. And there you have it, a straw plane. Flied pretty well. Okay, and then from there, on the back of our sheet, we have a flight test where you can test your flights of your dart plane and your straw plane. You have flight 1, 2, and 3. Because we want to do a couple flights to ensure that we are getting an average or something that's close for each flight. Make sure we don't make any mistakes. If you take for measurement wise of how far your either dart plane or straw plane would do, I personally would use my steps. So I just take regular steps to measure how far it is. So maybe my dart plane flew 5 steps and my straw plane flew 4 steps. That's what I would use. We have an extra box here for you to be able to design your own plane that would hopefully fly better than the dart and the straw plane. So with that ends our video, and thank you for watching.